Hello everyone. This video presents a notable event that happened on each day from the past week in history. On February 9th, 1964, Beatlemania hit the US when the Fab Four made their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, snagging 73 million American viewers. The Ed Sullivan Show, at a time when most Americans had a choice of only 3 channels, was the big time for performers, a rite of passage. The Ed Sullivan Show ran from 1948 to 1971 for over 1,000 episodes, making it one of the building blocks of TV history. Some of the other iconic appearances on the show included Elvis Presley in 1956, although Ed had vowed to never feature Elvis on his show, the Rolling Stones in 1964, only after agreeing to change the lyrics of a song, and the Doors in 1967, who were also required to change lyrics but did not. As a question for my students and subscribers, what other epic appearance would you add to this list? Please let us know. On February 10th, 2013, yet another tragic disaster related to a religious event took place when 42 faithful Hindus were killed and another 45 injured at the train station taking people to the 2013 Prayag Kumbh Mela festival in Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh, India. Accounts of the cause of the deadly stampede vary, with one version saying the stampede started when a rail broke on a footbridge, and others claiming the police precipitated the event by using batons to control the unruly crowd of faithful people. Apparently, the Kumbh Mela festival is no stranger to deadly stampedes, and the worst so far happened in 1954 when a staggering 1,000 people were crushed, although casualty counts at such disasters vary with the source. Sadly, religious gatherings, pilgrimages, and events are not immune to tragedy, and so we ask, why do you believe such tragedies happen? Please let us know in the comments for this video. On February 11th, 2001, the Anna Kournikova virus was set loose by a Dutch computer hacker, infecting the email of millions of users with a joke image of the eponymous tennis player, along with a not-so-funny virus infecting their computers. Anna, of course, had nothing to do with the computer plague that bears her name, and today we look at a few other unfortunately named items, such as any disease or bad medical condition, including Parkinson's, Graves', Alzheimer's, Hodgkin's, Crohn's, or Down syndrome. Sadism and masochism are also both named after people. Spoonerisms are messed up pronunciations named after Reverend Spooner. Judas, Quisling, and Benedict Arnold all gave their names as metaphors for traitor. Finally, the Napoleonic complex, also called short man syndrome, is based on the myth that Monsieur Bonaparte was far shorter than average when he was really of average height. On February 12, 1967, British police raided the home of Rolling Stones member Keith Richards at Redlands, confiscating illegal drugs, a pistol, and a shotgun along with ammunition. Richards and bandmate Mick Jagger were arrested, along with singer Marianne Faithfull. Also present were Dennis Hopper, a Polish prince, and George Harrison of the Beatles. Richards was charged with 25 crimes and was sentenced to a year in jail, with Jagger earning a 6-month stay in the Slam. A prompt appeal resulted in charges against Richards being dropped and Jagger's sentence being commuted. Adding to the carnival atmosphere of the raid, Faithfull was found naked, rolled up in a rug, and Harrison was allegedly allowed to leave unmolested by the police due to his status as a holder of an MBE. The raid was allegedly instigated by the tabloid News of the World, which Richards was then suing for libel. On February 13, 1542, the Queen of England and wife of King Henry VIII, Catherine Howard, was executed for adultery. Catherine was between 17 and 19 years old at the time of her beheading, old enough to understand the dangers of cheating on the king. Some other historical wives that behaved badly toward their husbands include Empress Catherine II of Russia, better known as Catherine the Great, born Princess Sophie of Anhalt-Zerbst in Prussia, who married the man that would become Emperor Peter III of Russia, also a German, but overthrew him after he ascended the throne and possibly had him killed. Finally, Amber Heard, actress and wife of actor Johnny Depp from 2015 to 2017 until they had a falling out. A post-divorce defamation suit by Depp against Heard found her to be liable, ruining her public image with tales of alleged spousal abuse by her. On February 14, 1779, Captain James Cook, navigator, mapmaker, and explorer, was killed by native Hawaiians at the island of Hawaii. Several other notable explorers died while exploring, including Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese sea captain often cited as the first person to circumnavigate the Earth, who actually never completed his famous voyage, as he was killed in a fight with natives in the Philippines in 1521. Robert Falcon Scott died trying to become the first person to reach the South Pole in 1912. Scott and 4 men got to the South Pole only to find another expedition had beaten them to it. Scott's group died without making it back to safety. Ernest Shackleton, a primary figure in the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, died off the Falkland Islands at the age of 47 in 1922 of a heart attack, despite having survived other harrowing situations during his previous voyages. On February 15, 1949, even Indiana Jones would have been envious of the work of Gerald Lancaster Harding and Roland Deveau, who began digging at the Qumran caves, where they later found the famous Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient Jewish documents that date back as far as the 3rd century BC. Some other contenders for the title of greatest archaeological find include the Rosetta Stone, found in 1799 by Napoleon Bonaparte's expedition to Egypt, which finally allowed researchers to interpret Egyptian hieroglyphics. King Tut's tomb, found in 1922, totaled over 5,000 objects from ancient Egypt, the greatest such trove to date. Finally, the Staffordshire hoard, found by a guy with a metal detector on an English farm in 2009, included over 4,000 metal items of Anglo-Saxon origin, especially gold and silver coins. As a question for my students and subscribers, which event from this past week in history would you most like to learn more about? Please let me know in the comment section below this video. If you liked this video and would like to receive notification of new videos, please feel welcome to subscribe to History and Headlines and become one of our patrons. Your viewership is much appreciated. For image, audio, and other credits and attributions for components of the individual videos in this compilation, please see the descriptions of their respective videos, which are linked to in this video's description.